example? Ibrahim alayhi salam coming as a human being. Are there jinn here? Plenty in Washington. Can we see them? Can we see them? No. Can a jinn appear in our world that we can see the jinn? Which one? Iblis. Iblis appeared as an old man with a walking stick, remember? If you don't remember, you got homework to do. Similarly, Dajjal is in a world where we can't see him, but he's here. And at the last stage of his mission, when his day will be like our day, he will enter into our world, we'll be able to see him. Where will he be when he's released in a day which is like a year? Answer is very simple. He has to be on that island. When he's released in a day which is like a year, he's got to be in that island, which is about 1 month's journey by sea from the Arab world, which conceals its true identity. Outside it looks as one thing, but inside is something else. And which has a PhD in spying and espionage. Which island is it? Don't tell me Singapore. Every time I ask this question in Malaysia, first answer is Singapore. Which answer? Which island is it? My answer. This is my answer. And anyone is free to differ with me and say I'm wrong. But I always say, if you say I'm wrong, you're not allowed to leave the wall. If I'm wrong, you will tell me what's the right answer. And you must give me the evidence which supports your answer. It is from this island that Dajjal must proceed with his mission to liberate the Holy Land, to bring the Jews back to the Holy Land, to restore the state of Israel, and then to cause that Israel to become the ruling state in the world from this island. Which island is it? My answer, and I'm only giving you a small amount of evidence, there's much, much more. In 1917, October 1917, it is the British government which issues the Balfour Declaration that it is the intention of the British government to work for the establishment of a Jewish national home in the Holy Land. In December 1917, it is the British Army led by a British general, Allenby, defeats the Turkish army, liberates the Holy Land. Between 1917 and 1948, Britain has the mandate power over the Holy Land conferred by the League of Nations. And during that period of time, the Jews are allowed to return, European Jews. In 1948, Britain acts as the midwife for the baby to be born, the state of Israel. And so I have come to the conclusion that the island in the hadith of Tamim al-Dari is Britain. And so when Dajjal is in a day which is like a year, Britain is his headquarters. And I notice that he who wants to rule the world eventually transforms Britain into the ruling state in the world. Suddenly and mysteriously, Britain becomes the ruling state of the world. I'm running out of time. In the First World War, we notice the transformation, the transfer of power from one ruling state to a second. The United States of America replaces Britain and becomes the second ruling state in the world. The United States of America maintains the strangest and most mysterious and most mystifying and most inexplicable relationship with Israel. Don't bother to attempt to explain the US-Israeli relationship using any tools of political analysis. There is only one man who can explain it. the relationship between the United States of America and Israel. And that man is Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nobody else can do it. What is the explanation? Dajjal is now in a day which is like a month. And so we have a second ruling state. The most important point that comes out of this book, Jerusalem in the Quran, is that we are now living at that moment in time when a day which is like a month is coming to an end, and a day which is like a week is about to commence, namely stage 3 of the mission of Dajjal. When a day which is like a month comes to an end, then the United States of America will no longer be the ruling state. A third state will have to be the new ruling state. Which will it be? Don't tell me Japan. Don't tell me China. UWI can't answer this. The think tanks in Washington cannot answer this. Only those who study at the feet of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, only they can say that the new ruling state in the world is going to be the state of Israel. Only they can say. When Israel becomes the ruling state in the world, and Dajjal will have moved to a day which is like a week. How long will a day like a week last? I got this question from Montreal, Islamic scholar in Montreal. We can only make a guess. We cannot speak with precision. Maybe about 30, 40 years, Israel will be ruling state in the world. And at the end of that time, Dajjal now enters into a day which is like our day. At that time, Imam al-Mahdi also emerges. At that time, Nabi Isa alayhi salam returns. And so those who are young may live to see this. May live to see it. Okay. We are that close now to the end of it. When Nabi Isa alayhi salam returns, of course, he will kill Dajjal. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will destroy Gog and Magog, and that will be the end of the ruling people who are ruling the world today. I would like you to read the chapter in the book. Remember, if you do not have a copy and you want to buy a copy, the price is $60. If you have difficulty in paying the $60, we'll give you a discount, inshallah. If you cannot afford to buy the book and you just want to read, please do keep it very clean so that when you return the book, we can use it to be sold to others. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم برحمتك يا رب.